No, thank you. Appreciate that. You guys doing good? I keep wondering if I'm going to fall on some stairs one of these times. You know, every time I walk upstairs, like in an event like this, I'm like, I wonder if I'm going to trip. Like, that's probably not a good thing to think about, right? It's probably going to happen one of these days. So, thanks for coming in. I know there's a party outside. There's a bigger party in here. So, it's all good. Hot dogs were good. You guys eat?
No.
Not yet? And yeah. So, all right. The hot dogs are good. Get them.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'm stoked to be here. It's awesome having motorcycles in a church. It's out of the box, and Aussie song, Crazy Train playing. So right on, right on. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you guys my story. I grew up in Bakersfield, California. You guys from Baco? Really? What are you doing over here? Got out of Baco like me? Had to get out of Baco. It's like the armpit of the world.
Yes.
But yeah, I grew up there, and I got back in the '80s. There's nothing to do except like you know, fight, play music, or get into sports. And I threw like a girl baseball, so like that didn't work out. And the music was just my thing to do. So you know, I dove into guitar, started playing guitar in 1980 when AC/DC Back in Black came out. Anybody know that?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted to be Angus, man. That guy just banged his head and like, yeah, I just wanted to beat him. So I started playing guitar, started learning songs, and I was pretty good. You know, I met the guy Fieldy in Korn, a bass player. He played guitar actually. I told him to stop playing guitar and play bass because I had less strings and he wasn't very good at guitar. So he did that. He got really good at bass. I met the guy Monkey, the other guitar player, and I sold him my first electric guitar, and I jacked up the price $200. So I made some money off his dad. So you know, I guess it was not very honest, was it? But I was a businessman, and anything to get ahead back then. Anyway, I learned. Okay, I'm different now. Forgive me. But anyway, and we were just in these little cheesy bands in Bakersfield, California, and then we ended up moving towards Hollywood, and just kind of living the life in Hollywood, partying. You know, I got my heart broken around 18, so I moved up there with them and just started drinking. That's all I knew how to do, is just drink away anything. I wanted to laugh. I didn't want to cry. I didn't want to feel bad. I didn't want to kill myself. I wanted to laugh. So I would get 40s with those guys and watch them practice every night, because they were in a band that was like Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I didn't play no funk stuff. I was a metalhead fully. So I just kind of tagged along with them. I went from starting guitar, selling Monkey his electric guitar, to being his guitar tech. So I was his guitar tech in LA, and all we did is drink and everything, and they got paid with like drink tickets. They never made any real money or anything, but they'd give me a drink ticket or two and say, here, that's for helping us. But I wouldn't help them. I'd go out in the crowd and watch them and yell. If anything went wrong, I'd yell to them, hey, it's the cord by your foot, fix it. So I was like, they couldn't fire me. I was their buddy. So that went on for a few years. Just got drunk and did the whole thing. We worked at Pizza Hut, like delivering pizzas and all that. And I got sick of being just drunk and poor. I didn't have any money ever. And so I called my dad. He owned a couple Chevron gas stations. He was just in the business. And I was like, Dad, can I come and learn the business or something? Maybe I can get in that line of work. I don't know. I just don't want to be broke. And that was like, I didn't like school. So I figured just hang around the gas station and like learn the management skills or whatever. So I did that. And he's like, well, I didn't do that, sorry. Man, this is the third time I've been talking, so Lord help me. So my dad goes, cut your hair, because he didn't want a freaky long hair kid working for him, you know, so even if son or not, you know, cut your hair. So I cut my hair, and I told my friends, I was like, hey, I'm going to move back to Bakersfield. I'm just sick of being poor and everything. And they're like, all right, well, you know, they were bummed out, of course, but we were real close, but After I chopped my hair, I had like 5 days. I was going to move back, and the guys asked me to join the band. So I just said, sure, let's try it. I was really stoked though, because I didn't play music for like 5 years, and I wanted to play music again with my best friend. So it was really cool. I joined the band, and it sounded awesome. We were all stoked. I ended up not moving, and I cut my hair for nothing. So we're jamming in some clubs around Orange County and everything. We ended up playing Hollywood, and our fan base grew, and the record companies got a hold of us, and it was really exciting, because once we got a record deal slapped on the table, it was just like, wow, man, this is like, I almost gave up on music, and now I have a record deal from Epic Records, and they gave us like $350,000. We all worked at Pizza Hut, but we got to quit, and we put some money in our account, and a couple of the guys like bought a Mercedes right away. I put my money, I didn't touch it. I got like a Volkswagen, and it had dents all over it and stuff. I was like, I'm not going broke again. I'm gonna I want to be good with my money, and so I did, and we hit the road. Recorded an album. When we recorded it, a lot of us were on crystal meth, and so we were writing songs on drugs and everything. And it's weird. Me and Jonathan Davis, a singer of Korn, wrote one song. It's called Helmet, and it's about being on drugs and just calling out for God for help. Calling out to God for help. Says, "Please God help me. Please God save me from this painful situation." And we weren't even Christians or nothing, but I don't know, it's just the lyrics that came. So I play that song now because it's a lot of, it just goes with my story and everything. So, but we hit the road after we recorded the album, and we went on tour with like our heroes, Megadeth, Danzig, and just big crowds, and our fan base was growing like immediately. It was weird. It was kind of strange having people come up and just think that we were, better than them or whatever, and it was just like, I'm just some knucklehead from Bakersfield, I felt like I was just blessed to be doing it, but we were just drinking every night and everything. But we ended up on tour with Ozzy, and on that tour we went gold, and that's 500,000 records sold, and it was just amazing. And the checks started coming in, and things just were rocking, man. Things were rocking, and we all had a girlfriend at the time, and we had girlfriends at home, and they were getting jealous. They were like, oh, all the girls throwing themselves at the guys, and so we ended up getting married to these girls. I married a girl named Rebecca. We had a very dysfunctional relationship. We a lot of physical abuse and everything, and I don't know, the bigger we got, it seemed like the more like the relationships were falling apart, but the more we tried to buy, like we'd get married just so the relationship would try to get better, it was just really dysfunctional. And the bigger we got, the crazier it got. The second record came out, went to number 3 on Billboard. Third record came out and hit number 1, and it was just monsters, man. We ended up getting Grammy Awards, MTV Awards and everything. And it was crazy. It was a crazy life. Drug dealers are showing up every concert, bringing their coke, bringing their pills, bringing their everything, And so I was just partying it up, and girls would do anything, And it was, we were hooked up with the porn industry in Hollywood, and a lot of those people were it was just the same in the music industry. It was just like really, everyone's on drugs, They're all those girls, they're all on drugs on the camera, and usually all of them come from sexual abuse, and they're just acting out, they're just acting out of their abuse, and it's really demonic and just crazy how it goes down. But we were just touring, putting out records, But the third record that came out, it was like we were making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that's when it shot. And me and my wife were getting into drugs at home. I wouldn't even stop the drug use. We were fighting. There were bloody fights. Cops called to our house, and she ended up leaving me in the worst possible way. She hooked up with some skinhead dudes, and they're just white supremacist guys, and they came in my house, started stealing stuff, hawking it at pawn shops, and I got out of my mind. I sent my friend over with a gun to get these skinheads out of my house, and luckily, my daughter was there, but I was out of my mind. I was like, how dare these guys come to my house, One of them sleeping with my wife, And he went there, and luckily, he had the gun, but luckily those guys were gone. Everybody was gone except my daughter and a 17-year-old girl. And my wife just said, "Here, watch my kid," bailed out. And so I heard that, and I was like, I gotta go get her. I don't know what's going on at that house. I went and got my daughter, took her on the road. I was on tour with Metallica at the time, and just took her on the road and tried to be a single dad. I stopped drinking for a bit, and I told the Korn big old bodyguards were pushing the stroller around, and it was just, I tried to do what I could, you know what I mean? And I had a long break after that tour cycle, so I just took my daughter home, and I tried to get my life together. I got sober for like 4 months, and I was working out, just felt good about myself, and then 9/11 hit, and all the crazy stuff was going on, so I started drinking again, and I was just like, same pattern, get sober, get clean, and then go back into it, and just a rock star life. I tried to live that, like hook up with all the different girls, that was just ridiculous. It wasn't me, and it just felt empty. I'm just telling you, it felt empty, and all of us, 5 members lost our wives and families, broken families, 5 marriages, 5 divorces, 5 broken homes, 5 splitting the money, all that deal, and then another one just got married, recently, and I hope it lasts, but man, it's a crazy life, and it's hard to make it last out there because you're gone. It's like, hey, let's get married, I love you, bye. See you in like 6 months or whatever, it just doesn't work. So, I swore I was going to do methamphetamines after I saw what it did to my wife, she left. How do you leave your kid? I'm not going to do that drug ever again, I just thought she was a scumbag, and I did. I was good for a few years. I just was drinking, and then the pill thing started coming into play, so I was like, I'm going to do that.